People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. Simon Sinek. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about my why. Why do I do what I do? Why did I write this book? And why do I choose to own and manage and operate the company that I operate? Perhaps if I can share my why with you today, it'll help you come up with your why. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel as I release videos every week. Hey everybody, Dan Henry here, and I'm the author of Digital Millionaire Secrets, Wall Street Journal bestseller, and the founder of GetClients.com. And today I'm going to be talking about my why. Why do I own the company I own? Why did I write this book? Why do I do what I do? So if you're not familiar with what I sell per se, and what I teach, this book, Digital Millionaire Secrets, teaches people how to sell their advice online. So if you want to create a coaching or consulting program or offer, an online course, a mastermind, or even a software, this book will help you, and this is what we do at my company. So a lot of people will purchase this book, they'll read the book, and then they will book a call to talk to my company about helping them implement and having our assistance in growing an educational offer, and then we work with them to grow. And we have created hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of six-figure earners, dozens and dozens of seven-figure earners, and help thousands of people at the very minimum quit their job. And so why do I do what I do? Now, keep in mind that I love helping people. I am a natural-born teacher. I've always loved teaching. I used to teach martial arts when I was younger. So at the end of the day, I'm always going to teach something because that's what I like to do. And in the future, maybe I'll teach something different. Maybe it won't always be about business. Maybe I'll come out with a mindset offer. Who knows? But right now, here's why I do what I do. You see, we live in a world where it costs, $80, $90, $100 or more $1,000 to go to college. Now, why do we go to college? What's the point, right? I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, you can say that you go for the social experience and you can go, to develop relationships and network. You can say all that. But really, at the end of the day, it's so that we can learn how to make money. Because when you go out into the world, you got to learn how to make money. You got to have the skills to pay the bills. That's why we go to college. So we live in a world, and think about this, really think about this. You go to college, you pay $100,000, you pay crazy student loan interest, right? 20%, 23%, crazy, unethical student loan interest. And then you have to wait 4 years to get a job. And that job is probably only going to pay $50,000 or $60,000 a year, or maybe even less, especially if you're an intern or something like that. So you wait 4 years to maybe get a mediocre job. And then when you actually get out into the world, you realize that you're probably going to have to work at Chili's. Now, I don't think that's okay. I truly believe that our educational system, even all the way down to elementary school, is just not that good. And it is not run by people who believe in refinement. I mean, think about this. You get a textbook. How old are textbooks in some of our schools? Old, right? How do you know that students are being educated in the best way possible? You don't know that because they don't change the textbooks but once every few decades. And I just don't think this is good enough. And so if you're going to college, when talking about college, to learn how to make money, and you have to wait 4 years, you have to get a job that kind of sucks, but then you get an even suckier job at Chili's or Applebee's, and then eventually maybe you work your way up and break into the industry. Here's the other thing. You're learning from people that really don't make a ton of money. Most college professors, and I think all teachers should be honored. I think all teachers should be, well, for one, they need better training. Of course, they should be given better training. They should be given better salaries. But that aside, ultimately, if you're going to college to learn business, how often is a college class taught by a multimillionaire? Maybe they bring him in for a guest speaking opportunity, but your college professors all make anywhere from $40,000 to $70,000 a year. That's not that much money. So when you're going in there to learn marketing, you should be learning, in my opinion, from $1 million marketer. When you go in there to learn business, you should be learning from $1 million or more business person, from a 7-figure or 8-figure earner. When you learn about investing, you should be learning from a person that makes a ton of money off investing. That's sort of like going to a gym and hiring a personal trainer, and the personal trainer is super out of shape, can't lift, has no cardio, but they're supposed to teach you how to lose weight and get in shape? No, that doesn't work. That doesn't make any sense. You go to the guy or the girl that's in shape, right? How many vocal coaches do you know that teach singing that can't sing themselves? How many tennis coaches do you know that teach tennis but can't play tennis? Think about that. Like, it never ever is an expectation that you should take a golf lesson from a golf pro that's never played golf or that isn't very good at golf. Really think about that. Why would I take a golf lesson from somebody that is not a golf professional? Why would I take a tennis lesson from somebody that is not a tennis professional? Why would I take, workout advice from somebody that is out of shape? Yet we go to college and we learn from people that really have not accomplished much in the industry. I will give you one quick story. Back when I went to college at the International Academy of Design Technology in Tampa, Florida. And I went for audio engineering, or as they called it, recording arts. And I don't mind saying this because, I paid $70,000 for that education. And I remember, this was supposed to teach you how to produce music. And I remember listening to a music an album that was produced by the dean of the college. And I remember sitting there listening to it saying, this sounds terrible. It's muddy, it's washy, it doesn't even sound like it could be on the radio. It just doesn't sound very good. And I also remember going in there and talking to some of the professors and finding out that they didn't know what they were doing. I remember one time I was asked to produce a 30-second radio commercial, a 30-second radio spot. Now, at the time, I was producing commercials as side work for WGUL Tampa. Now, when you produce a 30-second or 60-second spot for a radio station, you don't make it 30 seconds. You make it 29.5 seconds because they all need that little half second so they can transition from one segment to the other, one commercial to the other, a song to a commercial. You need that half second window to be able to transition. And everybody that produces commercials for radio stations knows this. Well, I got asked in a project in that school to produce a 30-second radio commercial. Well, I know that a 30-second radio commercial is 29.5 seconds. So I gave them a 29.5 second recording. Well, I got an A-. And I went to the teacher. I said, would you mind telling me why I got an A- rather than an A? And he says, sure. He says, this is actually the best commercial I've ever seen in my class. I've never seen a more polished, a more professional sounding radio commercial in this class. It's almost as if you do this stuff for a living. And I said, I do this stuff for a living. It doesn't pay all my bills, but I do it on the side for WGUL Tampa. He goes, oh. And I said, oh, great. So again, why did I get an A-? He says, oh, well, because it was 29.5 seconds and I asked for a 30-second radio commercial. And I go, his name was Mr. Coates. He's still a good friend of mine because we ended up being friends later. But I said, Mr. Coates, a 30-second radio commercial is 29.5 seconds. And he goes, well, what do you mean? I said, what do you mean, what do I mean? I said, and I explained it to him. And he goes, oh, well, you know what? I still have to give you an A- because you didn't follow instructions. I said, no. I am not. You're going to have to call the police, and they're going to have to come physically remove me from this classroom because I am not leaving here. I will chain myself to your desk until you change that to an A because you asked for a 30-second radio commercial, and a 30-second radio commercial is 29.5 seconds, and that is what I gave you. I want an A. Well, needless to say, no cops were called. I did get an A. He changed it to an A. But here's the reason I'm telling you this. I believe our education system is subpar, especially for learning how to make money, for learning how to be in business. And so I believe that there are true experts out there that know things in various industries, whether it's weight loss, business, whether it's pet care, whatever. And they can do a much better job teaching people than some old boring method that people use in college, because it's just out of date. I mean, you can literally Google things and get more accurate information than is taught in a university. And I mean, I don't mean Google it and find some blog. I mean like verified information. And I just don't think that's okay. And so I believe that if our formal education system is not going to raise the bar, then by God, we will do it ourselves. And that is why I wrote this book, because this book teaches you how to take what you know, package it into an online course, a coaching program, a consulting program, a mastermind, some sort of digital product, and not only sell it so you can make a lot more money, so you can build a better life, but so that you can do your part, however small, to change the world. Imagine if we had more people out there who were not just financially liberating themselves, but they were teaching things, good things, things that change people's lives. I've bought multiple online courses. I bought a course one time on how to count your calories, and it was one of the best programs I bought. And I was able to go in my mind from counting calories is hard to, oh, this is easy, and I was able to lose weight as a result. Plus many other things: advertising, investing. Almost all of my knowledge that has helped me build an 8-figure company, I've got from individuals who knew what they were doing, not from college. And I believe there are a lot of individuals out there that know what they're doing, and I can help them. And that's why I wrote this book. That's why I have a coaching program that helps people sell their advice and knowledge online. Because I not only want to, make money myself, because I'm in business, and I not only want to help people quit their jobs, make money, build million-dollar companies, but I want to do my part to help an army of people that know more about their subject matter than traditional education. I want to help them spread their message and change the world. And I want to help them make us all more capable, more competent, and smarter, and able to do things easier, faster, and with greater efficiency. Because at the end of the day, you can go to college for 4 years, but I can teach you in 40 days how to make more money than you will ever learn at a 4-year college. And more is not better. Faster is better. And the funny thing is that even my highest priced offer is still far less than any traditional education. I mean, that to me is insane. I've literally helped create millionaires for a fraction of what it costs to go to college to learn how to make $50,000. That is why I do what I do, because I believe that we can help each other a lot better than our formal education system, and we can raise the bar on education. So that's what I do. So if you'd like to learn more about that, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and as well, pick up a copy of my book, Digital Millionaire Secrets. And once you read it, if you like what's in here and you'd like to see if it's a fit to work with my company to help you grow your online education offer, then you can book a call to speak with us, and we'll see if we can help you. Until next time, stay strong and make some money. Change the world and do your part. See you soon.